the story starts with you heading off to America to play Gaelic football, and it's full of excitement because everybody remembers the excitement of their J1s and heading off to the West Coast to go and have a good time.
Yeah, I arrived on it in 2009, so it was myself that proposed the idea to me fellow teammates that we should go out to America. I had been there before, it's brilliant. And it was me proposed San Francisco because California, well, it's California. Like.
Yeah, it kind of sells itself. You'd been playing football on the East Coast the previous year, I think.
No, 2009.
Okay.
2011 this happened.
And so you head off to San Francisco with a couple of your mates, and you arrive in the Golden Gate Bridge, and the weather's a little bit better than it is here. And
yeah, obviously.
Everything's very exciting. You decide you're going to go down and play football.
Yeah, well, no, my two fellow mates, they left on the 10th of June. I was actually supposed to go with them, but I had a wedding to attend. So I left on the 20th of June. So they had already been there. They had got a job and all sorts. Like, so I arrived there along with other teammates from other parts of Ireland. So I got to know the team, had football training on Tuesday and Thursday, and got to see not too much. Obviously, I only had 5 days till the accident.
So you arrived on the Monday, you went training on the Tuesday, went training on the Thursday, and played your first match of football on the Saturday?
Saturday, yeah.
Okay, and it's in that match that you have an incident that changes your life.
Well, happened to be, yeah. It wasn't until 7:30 throw up that evening. I can remember the whole match up until 10 minutes before my injury. Yeah, it started off like a normal match. I was playing half-back and having a decent game. And then it got a bit rough, so second half came and I was switched to midfield, and it was that guy that was marking, and I was playing alright, and the guy started tussling with me, so I stood my ground obviously and didn't let him put me down, like, so I stood my ground for the first 2 minutes because I didn't want to feel that I was weak.
Yeah.
So as the game went on, but 5 minutes later he kept at me, calling me names and such, so I played on thinking that surely my fitness is going to show here, he's not going to be able to keep up with me.
This is somebody who's actually American, so...
Yeah, he's home base, he played for the Celts at the time.
So maybe he's kind of unfamiliar with how...
Well,
there's a bit of give and take in Gaelic football generally.
The Americans, they're more or less playing NFL, American football, like, they aren't playing GAA, like, well, they're trying, God help them, like, but they just didn't seem to get some parts of the road, like, but I suppose that's common, like, because they aren't from Ireland, like, but, yeah, they started hitting hard tackles and late challenges, and everyone was free, like, obviously, but this guy was more intense, like, he was very aggressive, like, off the ball, carry on, like.
And that's pretty much the last thing that you remember?
No, the ball was down in our defence, so I went down to help our defence, had a quick 1-2 with a guy, and I was going forward to receive the return ball, and 2 months later I woke up in hospital. He must have hit me round the head or with something, I'm not too sure.
You said 2 months later?
Yeah, I was just in a coma for over 2 months. Just under 2 months, sorry.
It is like I remember at the time the story breaking, and we kind of just kept waiting for news of what was happening, and then the news stopped coming because obviously you were in a coma the whole time. From speaking to your family about their experience of those 2 months, what were they going through?
Oh, I wouldn't even want to know, because like, I was obviously having a snooze for the 2 months, so I was oblivious to the whole carry on, like, but what they had went through, I just didn't ever want to go through that again, like. We would never, obviously I never experienced, like, but...
Tell me what happens then when you wake up.
Yeah, that's one thing I just can't remember. The first week that I woke up, like, obviously I was in gaze, like, and didn't know where I was or didn't know what happened. It took a week before I realised what was going on, but everyone first asked me, what's your first memory, like, but really and truly there is no memory apart from there's weird dreams that I had. There's a dream where I was on a ship on water, and then there was a dream that I was in hospital watching some kind of sport involving a ball, but...
And that's it?
Yeah, no memory at all.
When did you first become aware that you'd been through the experience, that somebody had hit you and you'd fallen into a coma? And
I suppose it was the time when was moved out of the hospital and to a rehabilitation hospital. And it was, even at then, it was 2 or 3 weeks before I was told the actual actions of why I was here, like.
yeah,
And once I heard, like, I just took it from there. Like, I never kind of dwelled on it or anything. I just carried on, didn't want to look back, and just kept on looking forward.
I think that's kind of one of the most interesting things, is that you don't harbour grudges, you don't kind of feel that, why me? It's like, it's been a very positive outlook that you've had since the start.
No, I don't care about that guy, like, I don't care. Like, I'm here today, he's living his own life, like, but he's the guy that would live, like, I had 2 options. One is to sit there and feel sorry himself and not look ahead and try and get better, or 2 was to look ahead and aim and set yourself goals, and that was what I done. Like, and
just to kind of, like, everybody saw you strolling up here, everybody sees you kind of having a conversation with me, but that, like, this is an incredible amount of progress that you've made since you woke up, and that time that you did spend in America in the rehabilitation hospital. What kind of stuff did you need to learn to do again?
Well, at the start, when I actually woke up, I wasn't fit to walk or talk. I wasn't able to function, wasn't able to lift a fork or something like that. But I think mainly one of the doctors and physios come in to me about a week after I woke up, or 2 weeks after I woke up, and they raised me from the bed trying to get me on my feet, which they failed. I couldn't walk, obviously. So the next day I tried again, which I failed again, and introduced the wheelchair, which I didn't want to be on. Like, my sister took me to the ward and just took me for a spin in the wheelchair, and I just after 30 seconds I just stopped. I want to go back to bed. I'm not using this thing again. Back in the bed the next day, the physios come in and put me on a walking aid, and slowly but surely I started taking 2 steps one day, the next day was 4 steps, and kept on building up from there. Once they moved me out of the hospital and to the rehabilitation, I was walking by myself, like, but obviously balance wasn't great, like. But from there I started going, and I said my first couple of words in the rehab, and then from there I just kept on getting better, like, day by day. Then
it is an incredible experience to have been through. I wonder, the fact that, like, you were playing football to a relatively high level, you were on the fringes of the Armagh panel, did that help? Fermanagh, sorry, Fermanagh, yeah. Sorry, slip of the tongue. Did that help in your recovery, the fact that you were kind of young and fit and healthy? I mean,
well, apparently the doctor said that, like, because I never abused my body in any way, like drugs, alcohol, or I was always in the gym. I was training 3 to 4 times a week, and maybe that did, like, I'm not too sure. But for me, it was probably my self-motivation more than anything, because I was always self-motivated, like, and if I had set myself anything, I always wanted to achieve it to the best of my ability.
Did you talk to the people who operated on you? I mean, because by all accounts, the injuries that you suffered were really bad.
They're actually written in there, the key to recovery was one of my doctors. She's visited me home in Ireland, was Dr. Shirley Saver. It was her that really was put in to save my life. So she was a major role, and a physio, Lauren Hollander, she was the one coming back running and walking. But no, it was Dr. Shirley Saver for definite.
And what did they say about the injury that they discovered when you were brought in?
They said it was common, but very uncommon as in regards to what kind of recovery I made.
Yeah.
Just get described more as a miracle, like.
Yeah, because I think one of the early reports was that you were 97.5% dead.
Yeah, my friend who brought me to the hospital, the doctors told him that I may not make it through the night, and they were advised to call my family over. They were flown over the next day or something.
Now, all the time that this was going on, there was a huge Facebook campaign and an outpouring of support from people. So eventually, when you woke up and got to look at that, was that a big help when it came to the motivation to get up every day and face the challenges?
It wasn't even that. Like, the sport was amazing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it was absolutely amazing. Like, but I think it was just in myself. I didn't know what overcome me. No, it would have been myself. Like, I just was self-motivated, and I just wanted to. I didn't want to. Like, as I said, I had two options. Like, I could have just sat there and let the whole world feel sorry for myself. Like, but no, I just wanted to get up and do my own thing. I wanted to be who I was before. Like,
Yeah, and I think everybody kind of will realise that you're pretty close to being where you want to be.
just small, minor things that you wouldn't even notice. Like, but yeah.
You just come back from a 3-month course in America.
Yeah, I was in New Jersey, staying in New York. That was an experience, much so. Like, it was very different because I had done a year in Ireland doing massage techniques, but because I cannot play football again, I done that for a reason, to stay involved in the football.
Yeah.
So I went over to there to do sports injury massage. So I finished up there. I only flew home yesterday, so I done that just to be involved. Like,
Yeah,
so.
I mean, because I suppose one of the things that comes through is that you've no fear of anything, that this hasn't left any kind of...
One thing when I come over that injury, like, I would have had no confidence. Like, see this carry on now, this would never happen before my injury. Never would happen. I had no confidence at all. But that's one thing that actually did give me confidence. For some reason, I don't know what. It gave me confidence and it gave me belief. And that's why I took on these courses and goals that I set myself.
Yeah. I think just to go back, your trip home was some kind of mammoth. You had to get a boat. You had to get the train across from San Francisco to...
The medical profession said that I wasn't advised to fly because of the air pressure in my brain. So we, as a family and friends, had to go to outside San Francisco, San Jose or somewhere, to get a train from there to New York, which took 3 to 4 days. Stayed a few days in New York and then get the Queen Mary 2 over to Southampton. Then Southampton to Holyhead, Dublin on a boat again. Dublin to Belcoo.
And what was the arriving home in Belcoo like?
It's more a relief, to be honest. Just happy, so
Yeah.
just a long journey over.
Do you miss sport? Do you miss being able to play?
At the very start of it, like, I couldn't take it, like, and I didn't know what to do with myself because, as I said, I was training 3 to 4 days a week, and I didn't know what to do with myself. Cause I had went out to the football team and kind of helped, but that didn't last long because it was only jealousy. But after that, I actually bought myself a rugby headguard, thinking that, flip it, I'm going to go back. So I went back stupidly, but I went back and I knew myself that I couldn't do it because the fast pace, I couldn't read the game, or it was too sore in my head even to look how fast the game was going. And when we were doing sprints something, and I kind of fell on the ground because I couldn't hold myself. I had no balance or anything, so I stopped that and I looked at, because I had been in other rehab clinics doing rehab, and I'd seen people with similar injuries who were in wheelchairs and weren't really able to function themselves or able to live a life themselves. So I looked at there like, geez, like, I could have been like that. Like, why am I sitting here regretting that I can't play football when I could have been like that? Yeah. So I took that and says, no.
Yeah, but you're a handy golfer.
Well, not now, like I was. But I'm back at it now, like, but not consistent enough, Jerry.
Yeah, at least it's not a bad outlet, and the addiction will come again, I think. One final thing before we let you go here, Mark. The experience that you've had, I know that a lot of people will want to talk to you, families will want to talk to you about your own recovery, and you become an ambassador for Acquired Brain Injury Ireland. It's really important that people like you do tell their story, and that opportunity and that hope that you've given other people. Is that a natural thing for you now? You were talking about the confidence that's come from this, that people do make contact with you and you're happy to share your story with them?
No, at the start, like after the late HO, I didn't want to anything to do immediately again because it just wasn't in that, obviously. But now as I go on, like, it's better to let it all out, like, because there's no point holding it in myself, because I did go through a short spell of mild mental illness, like, and it's not where I want to be, like, I'm now over that, like, but I think it's very good to talk to people, like, and talk about it, because not brain injury doesn't affect not only your physical, but obviously mentally too, like, and that's obviously playing a major role here in Irish sports at the minute. But no, I think it's great to, like, and talk to people and let it all out, and let other people share and maybe get feedback from them, and hopefully it'll help.
If anybody wants to contact Mark, you're on Twitter. Your
Tweet
team,
me.
yeah, tweet Mark. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Mark McGovern.